Hey, Alex, are you alright? I'm coming in.
I was just taking the piss. I wasn't expecting it.
Ba 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 ba! And we are go. Hello there. I'm Ash Mannix, and I'm joined today once again with my lovely co-host, Kuxo.
I'm a puddle of sweat right now.
Unfortunately, I kinda am as well, though I don't have it as bad as Kuxo. It was too warm today.
We broke records.
Yeah, records in the UK, which is bad. We're not, like, in general, the UK is not built for sustained higher levels of heat.
Or indeed anything.
But I think you showed me this, Cook. So apparently on Twitter, someone had a great idea to like have a little dip in his makeshift swimming pool in his garden with a cocktail.
Bin guy.
Yeah, the bin guy. I was like, that looked like a recycle bin, right? Because some people are like, I'm like, that looks like a recycle bin, which tends to be a bit cleaner.
It's the typical fucking wheelie bin.
What is it? The standard rubbish bin?
Yeah, because the recycling bins have orange tops.
Oh, is that the same for every borough in London, though?
It's a good point. I don't know.
It's different. See, where I am, it's different for different like regions, or what you would like, kind of like boroughs up here.
Huh? Yeah.
So I'm just kind of wondering. But either way, I'm sure he got it cleaned. He's not gonna.
I don't even know, judging by the fucking guy.
Nah, man. I'm sure he got it clean. Let's just assume anyway. But do you know what? I was like
taking a dip in his bin juice.
Fucking hell. Yeah, do you know the video actually ended up annoying me? Like, the camera guy annoyed me more than the guy in the bin. I'm just looking.
He did seem like a bit of a twat, yeah, but at the same time, no one came out looking well in that video.
Especially, unfortunately, the bin guy, and I knew this was going to happen. It's a troll, man. That can't be legit. Because he must, like, I knew what was going to happen. It's like, he's going to try and get out, and he can't get out. Like, why did he think this was a good idea? He just had some step ladders next to the bin. I was like, how do you expect to get out of that? And then when he tried to get out of his little bin pool, he fell over, and I'm like, yeah.
Of course that was gonna happen. Oh, his poor cocktail.
But that, I don't know, man. The guy filming it just annoyed me. I'm like, look, this guy, you've parked your car, and you're filming him apparently because he gets out of his car. The guy with the phone. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And I get it's funny.
Man wanted content.
What?
He filmed it for his TikTok, obviously.
You know, if I saw someone film me in my garden, on my property, and I know it's like he's filming me for for TikTok fame. You know what I would have done? I would have taken his phone, and I would have just trashed it, or done worse. I would have fucking knocked him out because it's super obnoxious.
Honestly, it really is, but I wouldn't advise you to do that.
Fuck it. I know I'd get in deep shit for it, but I'd be like, like, it's one thing if you're in public. If I'm in a bin in the middle of the shopping center, like the street, right, at a shopping center or some public place, you go, fair game, right? But if you're chilling in your own garden, even if you're doing something stupid, he was continuously pointing the camera. It's not like he was being shy. He was just blatantly recording him while chatting to him and taking the piss out of him. And I'm like, oh man, maybe this is the old man in me. I'm like, what a dick. This is clearly funny, but the camera guy is just clear like a proper dick. But anyway, there you go. This is what you call content. First 4 minutes we chat about a guy that was taking a dip in his little bin swimming pool. But that's the state of the UK today. Hopefully it gets better. It's a bit cooler up here anyway. I don't know what temperature it's sitting at with you just now, Kuxo.
Currently on the thermometer on the screen, it says it's 24 degrees, which, you know, is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Having said that, we've been given a yellow warning for thunderstorms now,
Yeah.
which I would actually welcome. I love a good thunderstorm after a heat wave.
I don't know, because it's warm water though.
No, but it's the wildest thunderstorms that you get after hot weather. It's so nice to watch.
True. I mean, you get thunderstorms when it's warm weather, isn't it? It's warm weather combined with clouds that give you the reaction that causes the thunder. So,
yeah, I'm hoping for like good lightning. Just go and watch.
Well, I suppose the warmer it is, maybe the more thunder you get. Any weather experts? What are they, geologists? No, it's not geologists. What? Well, whatever. Any weather experts that might be watching this, leave a comment below. What conditions do we need to get the best thunderstorms? But anyway, let us load the. Let us start. Wait, what? 12?
None. 22.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's 22. I was doing it in numerical order. Wait, what the fuck?
What the hell?
I remember
this screen.
Yeah. A bit weird how it started back there, but even in the save file, it was showing this. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, we got a nice grip shot. Oh, yeah. I remember now. We got Jacob sitting in the background being like, I'm too cool for these guys.
Well, so a bit of a recap, and before I even start recapping, let me just switch to the no avatar screen.
Oh, does Pepsi taste like shit?
What happened in the previous episode is that Neneko found Ikeda strapped to a machine with like some shitty VR goggles on, and he was like reliving the events from when he picked her up from the airport to coming to the island. Again, I don't know if it was repeated, but he was reliving it in a VR world. I think they were trying to get information from him. The maid came and tried to kill us, basically. Luckily, Ikeda broke out of the VR mission.
Because he's just that powerful.
He is,
he
but
could break the steel straps or whatever it was.
Oh, there was that, but also Neneko planted something in the program to kind of show him that stuff ain't right. And I think a
flying
penguin,
a horse, no penguin. That's it.
There's a penguin floating, and I think there was something else as well. And then the sign. Remember at the beginning we saw in the departures.
This world's not real.
Yeah. So hence that everything up to now. Up to the point where Ikeda kind of like got knocked out was VR.
It was a simulated reality.
So we do not know what happened in the real reality. That's led us to this point, supposedly. The other thing we found out is that Jacob is involved in all of this because he's been acting as a doctor doing surgeries, I think.
Wait, Jacob or Thomas?
Oh shit, no, it was Thomas, wasn't it? Yeah, because he was the one that got killed first, and he was a doctor. What the hell is Jacob?
Jacob, we haven't found out anything. All he does is drink.
I don't know why I thought he was a doctor. Anyway, I get up. Well, fuck that theory. But, so that was Thomas. But we have Jacob sitting there in the corner, and Jacob's been hinting to us that, you don't want to know what's going on. Bad shit's going on. If you find out, you get killed. So he clearly knows something, right? And he's also sitting there looking awfully sheepish in the corner.
Yeah.
So... But everyone's in our room. Isn't this cool? It's like a fucking slumber party. Yes. Also, does Neneko always have just one eye covered? Is that...
Yeah, that's her thing. She's had her bangs down over her eyes like that.
But has, like, that one eye been invisible? Is it? It's been a while since I've seen her.
Yes, it's a stylistic thing. It's just been like that the whole time.
Damn, I don't know how I've not noticed this. I wonder if it's because it's in a... doesn't matter. Anyway, everyone's who's still alive, besides the hotel staff, are here. So we... Let's see where we go from here then. Do you want to start?
So, we're all together. What are we going to do, Ikeda? Do you really have a plan?
Did he lie and say that he had a plan?
Never mind the lying or saying he has a plan. He just strikes me as a guy who makes it up as he goes along.
That's what I would do. That's how I live life. First of all, I should explain our situation to all of you. I tell them what happened. However, I leave out the part about Alex, any mention of Aurora, and any details about the basement. Alex.
Alex is that kid over there on the right-hand side. Aurora was someone he did not...
Who didn't exist. The one that he told all these secrets to because he's a dumbass.
Well, not so much that she didn't exist, but that the name sort of provoked a response in him, like a facial reaction, but then he acted like she didn't exist.
But also, Neneko doesn't know who Aurora is.
Yes, Neneko doesn't know who she is.
And I think the assumption, now it could be a wrong assumption, but there is the assumption that everybody else besides Alex doesn't know Aurora either. At least not in the way that we have. They have not experienced her in this mansion.
We haven't played enough to see what everyone else's reaction is to the question of Aurora.
This is the assumption I'm making based on the reactions so far we've had. It's what the game is trying to make you think, is what I'm trying to say. Whether it's true or not, it's not, but it's kind of like insinuating that because Neneko's like, who's Aurora? And Alex's reaction was just bizarre, as if it was related to something else. He knows Aurora for a different reason than he came to the island with her, you know. This is my theory anyway. But anyway, judging from what Neneko told me, the person who killed Thomas and Sir Raymond has been in the underground area before us. Any guest who turns out to know more details about the underground area than I tell them has to be the killer. I want to collect as many clues as possible so that I can reveal their identity.
This has turned into a horrible situation. I'm glad that everyone is safe, but right now, we really don't know what might happen.
I've not done his voice for ages. You idiot! It's because you still try to discover this island's secret, even though I told you not to. You're just a third-class detective. What are you going to do now? Because of you, those two, they won't allow any... Because of you, those two... Huh? Because of you, those two, they won't allow any of you to survive.
No, that's not... that doesn't follow.
I think what he's trying to say is because of us, the two servants, are not going to allow any of us to survive.
Yeah, I think that is what he's trying to say.
But it's like some super janky... I don't know how someone put that sentence together. Any of you? So you're letting yourself off the hook. I'm very well known in the underworld. They won't try to harm me because they know how useful I will be for them. I can stay alive by negotiating. None of you will be able to do the same. You're as meaningful as flies to them. You'll be swatted without a second thought.
Flies? You're even more disgusting than a fly, Jacob Rutland.
Ooh, using the full name. And what is that supposed to mean, young lady? I don't remember ever being insulted like that.
Don't play dumb, you creep. I know you were coming here as a client of this island's prostitution operation.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think that's what we found out about him.
Yeah.
And do you have proof of that? Making baseless accusations does not behoove you, Akira Edgeworth.
Behoove you?
Stop, both of you. We should not be arguing right now.
What? Ikeda, are you taking his side? Not really, but...
He is good. I wasn't expecting any less from a shady detective. He knows a way to make a profit when he sees it. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. But Jacob, I don't consider your situation to be any different than ours. I'm saying this for your own sake. You should cooperate with us if you want to stay alive. What did you say? What do you mean by that? The time to negotiate with them has already ended. We should have noticed the changes in the mansion. They're already eliminating everyone on this island who could potentially become a witness. Eliminating witnesses? Jacob, you are wondering why there weren't many people in the mansion. You're referring to the prostitutes, right? Where did they all go? And not just them. The drivers who were hired, the janitor, the cook. Where could all of the staff in the mansion have gone? Judging from all of the blood we saw underground, it's very likely that everyone who is supposed to be up here has already been killed down there. But was that human blood after all? They were killed underground? That many employees? Don't be silly. If they had done that, the public would have known about this island. Preposterous. I think they made a bet. The status quo of the island was finally thrown into disarray with the murder of Sir Raymond. And the unlock code that the killer of Sir Raymond and Thomas has could have caused the mansion staff to act so recklessly.
What kind of code is that? I can't imagine that they would kill so many people just to get the unlock code in their hand.
I have no idea, but it could be connected to the demon of Shironagasu Island. That's what's been researched on this island. For some reason, that is why that unlock code is important. Unlock code? I wonder if it's the password of some kind of program. For example, the unlock code of a nuclear missile? It must have been really important if it made them kill everyone. I don't know, but the unlock code the killer has is the only reason we're still alive. The code is our life insurance. If the killer hadn't had it, we would have been killed alongside the staff. Jacob, do you understand our situation now? Darn.
Oh, are they using a machine to extract information from our minds? A machine that can read memories from a brain. Does such a thing really exist?
Yes. You wouldn't be able to hide any secrets from that machine. They're going to catch us and connect us to that device one by one. They'll kill you if they find out that they don't need you.
Isn't that just peachy? So, one of us is the killer? He or she should just come forward!
Tch.
If the killer doesn't cooperate, we'll all be killed! You won't be able to fight by yourself, right?
Akira tries to appeal to the killer, but nobody speaks up. As I suspected, nobody reacted.
What is the killer trying to achieve? While they were trying to use the unlock code to bargain with the people from the mansion, they also killed Thomas and Sir Raymond.
I don't know what exactly their goal is, but my guess would be that it is revenge.
Revenge? Well, considering the things that have happened on this island, there will be many people who carry a grudge. It would be futile, though. Even if they had their revenge, they would never make it off this island alive.
They must be ready to accept that fate. I was just thinking about the children's book we saw earlier. Based on that, I'd say that their objective is definitely revenge. I don't think they were expecting to make it out of here alive. And we're planning on killing everyone from the mansion. That strong determination is very obvious. But what would they do? No matter how skillful the killer is, they will not be able to get out of here. The odds wouldn't be in their favour. Or do they have another card up their sleeve?
So, what are we going to do now? The ship won't be back for quite some time, if it comes back at all.
That's our conundrum. If one of us is really the killer, we should stay together in one room and keep an eye on each other. This way we can stay safe from the people of the mansion. They can't do anything, even if they know who the killer is. It will be a long, drawn-out siege, and fatigue will set in. It's especially the case when the other party consists of only a few people. There are more of us, so we should use that to our advantage. Ludicrous! Do you really expect me to stay in the same room as the person who killed Thomas and Sir Raymond? They could cut my head off while I'm sleeping. I think this plan sounds extremely dangerous.
Yes, it sounds rather perilous. Still, it would make for some interesting engravings on your tombstones, Jacob.
Tombstones,
Nice.
plural? Akira has managed to destroy the mood even further with her sarcastic comment. I wasn't expecting Jacob would like this plan. If the killer is taking revenge for the past, and Jacob is likely their next target. Knowing he's in the same room as the killer must be terrifying for him. But I still think that staying together in the same room would be the best way to ensure our mutual survival. Even if the killer did attack Jacob, doing so would reveal their identity. The killer is bold, but they also want to keep their identity a secret. By gathering in one place, you can be assured that you won't be attacked, Jacob. You fool. You don't understand how they think. If we stay in one place and one of us is the killer, we will all be slaughtered like lambs. The best solution for me would be for all of you to stay in one place with the killer and don't leave the room. There's no need for me to be there. I will have no part in this. I'll survive by myself. The rest of you can do as you please. Well, he's gonna die. There is no way.
He's gone.
Yeah, there is no way.
He's gone.
Yeah?
He's gone. He's gone. That's it. You're right. Now that he's left the group, he's going to die.
Yeah, there's no way he's surviving now. He's clear. He's like obviously going to be the next person to get killed. Also, I do want to note that remember these windows?
The ones that open weirdly.
Do you remember that they have handles on the outside?
Yes.
Keep that in mind, because I think this is going to get weird. Anyway, Jacob shouts at us and leaves the room. My plan will keep us alive. Jacob is free to do whatever he wants.
See if I care. I hope he'll get killed in his own room. That would be karma. So what are we going to do now?
Pillow fight!
Are we just going to stay in this room?
Well, that would be the safest thing to do. The demon of Shironagasu Island is also out there.
With that thing also on the loose, being alone would be extremely dangerous.
Yes.
Can I go back to my room as well?
What the fuck, Alex? This is mega suspicious.
Yeah. I mean, he's been dodgy the whole time.
Huh? Weren't you paying attention? I just said that it's dangerous to be alone. I realized that, but I need to fap.
Hey,
Sorry.
you know what? That's probably the most realistic reason ever.
I realized that, but the thought of being in the same room as the killer scares me. I would feel safer locking myself in my room. In my room.
In my room.
I would feel safer locking myself in my room.
No.
No.
But, so, like, would you? I would be like, no, I want to be with all the people. I don't care if one of you is the killer. At least there's... I feel like... Now, maybe it's different if I was in the actual situation, but I just feel like being around people somehow makes me feel more comfortable, even if one of them's the killer. Because at least there's other people who are not the killer. Whereas if I'm on my own in my room, and there is a monster literally running around the bloody mansion, no man, I would never go to my room on my own after that. I don't give a shit. I'd rather take the killer than that fucking monster. So this is suspicious, man. This is just making me think Alex might be the killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit too obvious, but how he reacted to Aurora, the fact that Aurora looks a lot like him. She also was like standing next to him in our supposed VR retelling of this story.
On several occasions.
Yeah, she was always around him, even though she never interacted with him directly, which I did actually find weird. You know, I was like, wait, everyone's kind of interacting with their partners, Jacob and Thomas, clearly Akira and Giselle, and Rel with, well, Neneko and us, right? So like, but Aurora and Alex never talked with each other, even though they looked like they came together, even though that was never confirmed. So yeah, I don't know. Huh? Well, I can't force you to stay here, but please call me if anything happens. I'll also let you know if anything happens over here.
So you're just leaving like that? What if that monster kills you?
Well, then that's the end, isn't it? Fuck him.
You haven't seen that creature, so you don't know how terrifying it is, Alex.
Wait, has she seen it?
Yeah, apparently it came up to the floor they were on, and her and Giselle did a fucking runner. That's what they were saying when we met them. They got really pissed off at us. It's like, that monster came and we're like, wait, why did it stop going after you? And it's because Giselle or Akira played something really loud, and do you know how it's sensitive to sound?
Yeah.
I think that was a hint to us. It basically put it off, supposedly. And I do think it is sensitive to sound, so if you play a really loud sound, it will run away. I think.
I'll be careful. See ya.
See ya! And just gives
I was not expecting shorthand in this. See ya.
he just like, it's just like gives everyone the middle finger, goes, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Like, ciao, motherfuckers. And it just goes out the room backwards.
With the middle fingers.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's only me and the woman? What a harem.
I don't understand this at all. Do you know what this means? This is exactly what the criminal wants, for us to be separated. Yeah.
Well, everyone has their own ideas and circumstances.
Hey, I almost feel bad for asking, but can I go back to my room too?
What the fuck, Rel? Okay, now I'm pissed. This is bull.
Yeah, because you like her.
Why is she going as well, though? Is she she might be the killer.
I'm alright with these other girls, right? I like them, but you like Real.
No,
really.
I mean, I
She's
like Rel, right? I like all of them. I like Rel as much as I like the other characters here, right? But it's just like fucking Jacob went. I can get that, he's an asshole. Alex went. I can kind of get that, but I was just like, for fuck's sake, because he's being shifty. But now Rel, what the fuck, is everyone just gonna go back to their room now?
Yep. I think it's just gonna, like, you know, domino effect from here. What? I'm not saying that I will stay in my room. I just want to go back to gather some things.
Some things? What things? I suppose you'd need a change of clothes and pajamas. I mean, they've not came in with any of their clothes, right? So they're not like, oh...
I would treat this like a fire situation. I'd just be like, whatever we have not got right now is lost to time. We're just here now.
Or we all go together to each other's rooms to get stuff.
That could be dangerous in itself, but yeah.
It's alright though. We've got Jacob and Alex to use as like decoys.
I'll come back here as soon as I'm ready.
Ooh, this is making me think Rel might be the killer. It's not Jacob, because Jacob doesn't give a fuck. If it is Jacob, I'd be genuinely surprised. Alex is definitely shifty. It could be him. He could have good reason. And Rel has been too quiet. So Rel, like, I've always suspected Rel of something, and I just don't know what. So that would be fine. But someone should go with you just in case.
Well, if we're doing that, I'd like to go back to my room as well. Giselle also wants to go back. Don't you, Giselle?
Wait, what? Why are you asking her?
Because she's decided for her.
Yes, you're right. If we are going to be staying here, I would like to bring some things as well. I mean, that makes sense.
In that case, would the two of you come with me? Considering the situation, going alone would be too scary.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. I was like, wait, you're just going to go on your own? I don't... Fuck, mate. I would never go on my own. Would you? I would be like, no. And you know how much of a scaredy cat I am? Imagine if it was a real monster, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not going...
No, that's one of those moments that if it was a real monster and it's a real situation, then everyone, like, I don't blame any person for being like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck you, and then just running for it.
I'd jump out the window and kill myself. I'd rather do that than fucking take on a monster. Oof.
Let's just pray that we don't run into that creature. Well, it probably won't be able to come here. The bridge has been blocked off.
Wait, but we've... Oh yeah, that secret access to the basement was on the other side of the bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, we don't... We're assuming that it can't get here now, but who knows?
Let's go back to our rooms right away.
Also, I just don't like these windows. Because remember, randomly... You're telling me... in one of the videos that like the lightning flashed and there was an outline of the monster.
I showed you the outline as well.
Yeah. So it clearly can like climb walls or something.
Huh.
Now she wants to go too.
She was too scared to say. But from what I've seen, I don't think that the monster will have any problem getting here. Even if the bridge is blocked off, it might be able to move along the wall. I think they will all be killed if they run into it. I mean, yeah. You could have said that before they left. It should be okay. At least that's what I'd like to believe. To be honest, I actually wanted to be alone with you. Ooh. I feel bad for...
Zip.
Come on, man. Come on.
Sorry, it's been a while.
I know,
had
but come on. Ugh. I feel bad for taking advantage of this opportunity. What? What's this about? What are you going to do? Something perverted? Oh, well. She called it. She knows what
Thank
you
you.
like, Pixel.
Thank you.
No, she knows
You
what
may
you
now
like.
applaud me.
No, the fuck, I'm not applauding. Don't do it. I'll scream. Fucking hell, Neneko. Don't be such an idiot. I want you to help me figure out who the killer could be. I'm worried about what the people from the mansion are up to, but I also can't overlook that there's a killer among us. I'm not sure who the killer might be, so I want to pick your brain. The killer's motive, it certainly seems important, but... I still haven't been able to hear Rel and Alex's testimonies, so I can't really narrow down the list of suspects who might have murdered Thomas. I couldn't really ask Alex for his testimony when we were underground. You can only make sound, educated guesses until you've heard from everyone. I guess that is all we can do for now. We need to think about it. Eek! Who do you think that's going to be?
I think that'll do. I'm going to guess it's Akira.
Yeah, I feel like that. I can't imagine Rel saying that. What? Eek! What was that scream just now? It sounded like a woman's scream. I definitely heard that. Darn! Could something have happened again? Neneko, stay in this room.
Man just cocked his fucking gun.
Yeah! You don't need to tell me that. You should... Wait, let me just... You should stay here as well. I'm scared. We're all going to die. Don't say that. Just scream if anything happens. Fucking hell, Ikeda. If I hear you scream, I'll be back here pronto. Good. But you have to scream even louder when it's for real. See you in a bit. Eek. As soon as I step outside, I hear Neneko's screams coming from inside the room again. I think she's just trying to get my attention, so I just ignore her. The scream I just heard is more important. Oh, I don't know. Is it a wise thing to just ignore her scream? Where did it come from? Kira and the others went upstairs just a minute ago. Does that mean that the scream came from the second floor?
You did just save, didn't you?
Yes. Ugh. I don't like the gameplay aspects of this game.
You don't like any gameplay.
No. I know you like to tar me with that brush. It's because I do not expect gameplay in a visual, as much gameplay as this in a visual novel, and it's sporadic, which is worse. Oh, right. What was I doing? Right. Does that mean that the scream came from the second floor? I guess I should take a look there first.
The fuck was that transition?
Oh my, what's with the strange expression? Did anything happen?
Are you alright? Did any of you scream?
Scream? I didn't hear anything.
It wasn't Giselle. Giselle wouldn't scream.
That's not Giselle.
I know, but I'm saying like if
Oh,
these
right, yeah,
two
'cause
are
she's
just
not
like
here.
standing there going like that.
Did you hear someone scream? I haven't heard any screaming either. I was in my room until just now. Perhaps I couldn't hear it inside there?
Weird.
I was in the hallway, but I didn't hear anything.
So it wasn't on this floor. It might have been on our floor.
Giselle is in her room. Maybe it was just the wind.
No, it was definitely a scream. Anyway, you should go back into your rooms and be careful. Something strange is happening.
What do you mean? Are you trying to scare me? Whatever, I'll just stay in my room with Giselle for now. But I expect you to contact me once the coast is clear.
Since when was this the plan? I thought we were supposed to regroup after they all sort themselves out.
Yeah, but clearly, so the situation has changed. He suspects the monster or the killer might be about, so he's like, stay in your rooms for safety.
In which case, they should be in one group.
Yeah, they should all band together right now. But if the monster is there, none of them can take it on. So if they're all together, it could slaughter
They
them
should
all.
still be in one group so they know what's happening.
I don't know. I get the pros and the cons. Makes sense to be in one group, but if it is the monster, you're all dead in one go.
It just seems like at some point they changed the plan without actually saying that they changed the plan.
No, Ikeda has just decided that you're going to stay in your room now.
Well, like I said, he makes shit up as he goes along, so...
I mean, you could say that he is able to think on the fly.
That's putting it nicely.
I mean, but it is the same thing, isn't it? He's thinking on the fly. Whether he's an intelligent person or a dumbass is the question here. But I mean, I think he is a dumbass.
I believe you yourself uploaded a video called "Sen Ikeda is a dumbass."
He is. Anyway, I'll contact you as soon as I know what's happening.
Be careful, Ikeda.
So it didn't come from the second floor, but only Neneko, Alex, and I are staying on the ground floor. But
So it means that Alex screams like a girl.
Maybe. But that was the scream of a woman. What could that mean? What's going on? Could Alex actually be Aurora?
Or the demon of Shironagasu Island has a woman's scream.
Oh my god. I don't know why that's more horrific than funny.
Why would it be funny?
Well, just imagining a monster scream could, like a woman, is kind of funny. But
Well, keep in mind, we are playing Metal Gear, right? Which has the geckos which moo like cows.
yeah,
And that's strangely terrifying in itself.
it is, isn't it? Ooh. But cows are kind of terrifying. Have you ever actually, like, been around cows?
I have, yes.
They're kind of scary giant things, man. I don't
They're
know.
big, they're heavy, and you do need to be careful around them.
They can stomp all over you if they kind of go on a rampage.
Yeah, it's the same for horses. Just be careful around them.
Yeah, I was told never approach a horse from behind. Because they, if you startle them, they can.
If they kick you, you're fucked.
Yeah. No, wait. I should talk to Alex. You might be able to shine a light on this. Alex, open up. It's me, Sen Ikeda. I wanted to ask you about a scream I just heard around here. That's weird. There's no response. Did something happen here too? Guess I'll just have to let myself in. Please don't let there be another corpse inside. He's naked. Yes.
He's having a shower. It's another shower episode.
See if he's fapping in the shower. Hey, Alex. Guess he's not here. I don't see him in the bedroom. Still, that scream was so loud that I could hear it in my room. Alex must have heard it too. I'm sure something happened. Something strange about it. A scream of a woman that nobody else could hear. Could it be Aurora? No, I shouldn't think about her for the time being. But I'm still confused about that. In any case, where could Alex be? What's going on? His blazer and trousers are lying on the bed. Is he taking a bath? Hey, Alex, are you alright? I'm coming in.
I was just taking the piss. I wasn't expecting it.
What? No, I told you. I bet he's Aurora.
Yeah, no, that part. Yeah, that's you. I'm talking about the bath thing, but
Alex is a girl? Oh my god!
oh my god, you sound exactly like the fucking guy from what was it?
A
Troll 2.
Is it Troll 2? That's what I was getting it from. Right.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
I've never watched it.
It's like, oh really? No, well, no one's really watched it. They just upload the clip on YouTube and watch that.
What the fuck?
What the? Well,
Let me just...
mate,
Wait.
your dirty secrets are...
Wait, what is the... Is it the escape button? Yeah. So... I don't know what to make of this. So you're fine after all. Sorry to barge in all of a sudden. What are you...
What are you looking at? What do you want? Get out!
My bad, mate.
The same reaction you had the last
No
time.
king shaming! No king shaming! Sorry.
Sorry, my bad. I'll get out of your hair, but I need to ask you some questions whenever you have time. God damn it, Ikeda.
It's all right, but get out of here first.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait, what was the scream though? We never found out what the scream was.
Yeah, I know.
Still suspect something's gonna go on.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm saving.
Yeah, why are you overwriting the previous save?
Because the previous said nothing really happened.
Oh, okay.
I
felt like there was
saved...
some sort of...
There's no option.
No, there wasn't any options. Yeah, there weren't any options. Oh, stream paused. I can't see. Yeah, there we go.
Whoa, it pauses the stream with that? Weird.
Well, I can see your option where it said, like, do you want to save? Yes, no.
Oh, well. Well, whatever float... Is this the route he... Well, whatever floats his boat, but I don't think he wanted me to see him like that. Then, Ikeda, you're a fucking dumbass. I never would have thought Alex was into cross-dressing. But he appeared to be very nervous. I guess he hasn't told anyone? I guess I shouldn't pressure him into talking about it.
Ikeda, are you still there?
Right, Cook, so let me ask you something.
Yeah?
This guy, how dumb is he? I love how he's just like, oh yeah, he's a cross-dresser. That's what this is.
You're talking about Ikeda. I thought you were talking about Alex for a moment.
I'm talking about Ikeda. Alex, no, Ikeda.
No. Ikeda has proven himself on many occasions to be thicker than two planks.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Anyway. Did you read this bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, I'm here.
Can you wait for just a minute? I want to talk about something. And I don't think you are, but you're not having any weird thoughts right now. Wait a minute. Is he a boy dressed who's cross-dressing, or is he a girl who pretended to be a boy?
I'm pretty sure he's a girl. Alex is a girl pretending to be a boy, right? That's what I think.
Okay.
And I'm not doing anything. Sorry, I apologize. Weird.
No, never mind.
Should I tell him that I couldn't care less about things like that? He's so anxious.
Oh right, yeah, that's much better.
Wait.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, man. We've even got the sexual molestation camera angle going on as well.
What? Sorry, could you repeat that?
Sexual molestation camera angle.
What are you talking about?
All right. We got a Dutch angle going on. Right?
Okay, I don't know. No, I just want to know where the connotation.
It's a while ago. It was a joke which I saw where it's not sexual molestation. It was like you take a picture of an anime character sitting down, and it's like, straight on. You're like normal, tilt it sideways, and you're like sexual, some sort of camera like that, where you're gonna make it a little bit edgy, gonna make it a little bit like you're implying something's gonna happen.
Okay.
I need to find that fucking picture and show you so that you can understand what I'm talking about.
Okay. This whole fucking scene, I'm just totally thrown off by everything that's happening right now. I was not expecting this.
I wasn't either, and this is great. I'm loving this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, this is good. Like, I don't know if Alex is actually a girl. I thought it was obvious that he was a girl. I like. Are they gonna? Is he just a cross-dresser? Oh, they're not gonna do that, are they?
I mean, cross-dressing. Like, man, those hips tell me that's a girl.
Yeah. Whatever, I'm not bothered either way, but I just feel like the way this is going, I feel like it makes more sense to me if Alex is actually a girl, and that's why he was covering that up. Probably because people of his age, the girls of his, the girls,
sorted. Yeah.
yeah, things. This is a place of prostitution, racketeering. So, anyway, huh?
Did you see it? My secret.
Wait, he wants to talk about that? What should I say? I don't want to hurt his...
Wait, save. Nah.
Yeah, I better save. This is going to come up with options.
Oh, it's called Chapter 5 Gender Bender.
Oh. I don't know what that means exactly, but... Wait, what? I was in chapter... okay, it's different parts of it. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
I would say everyone has a secret. That's what I would say personally.
I mean, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Everyone has one or two skeletons in their closet.
I kind of want to see what would happen if you said, "You look great," though.
I mean, I wouldn't be lying.
Well, I did try to keep this a secret, but...
I met a lot of people just like you in my line of work.
Wait, what does he mean, just like you?
Or sorry, I meet a lot of people like you. So don't worry about it.
I see. It must be so hard for them, selecting clothes.
Wait, what exactly are they saying here?
I
still haven't... they're sort of dodging around the issue. I don't know exactly what is happening.
They're doing this on purpose.
I know.
No idea. I don't know all of the details. But it's probably not easy.
Of course. When I went to a nice boutique to buy these kinds of clothes, I was so nervous.
You went to a nice boutique for it? Okay. Mm.
This man went and bought his bra and panties. I'm just saying.
I still think that Alex is a girl. And...
no, to me, it's leaning towards cross-dresser right now.
But I feel like Alex is like, it was like a really big thing for me to go to a boutique and get like clothes. Wait, let me check what was the last thing you said. Oh. Yeah,
See what I mean?
You go to a boutique to buy undergarments. You wouldn't go...
So, as a guy going to buy women's underwear, right? So obviously he'd be nervous in that respect. If it was
I thought he was talking about the suit, the shirt.
A girl going to buy guys' clothes doesn't come across as
You'd be nervous though if you like to wear boys' clothes, right? In this world of Shironagasu Island, I could imagine it being like, oh yeah, I was a bit nervous because I'm supposed to wear.
I'm not getting that.
But the thing that's swaying me towards what you're saying is that he went to a boutique.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I was like, wait, you don't go to a boutique to buy like a suit.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Let's carry on.
I'm sure you were. Oh, for fuck's sake.
There's the confirmation right there. I mean, I don't blame his reasoning, but,
This seems odd. Why is this happening now? Like, why are we finding this out now? It just feels like a total distraction. It's a weird distraction. I mean...
You mean the pacing is weird?
Yeah, having us discover this now.
We still haven't figured out what the scream was about.
Yeah, I don't think it was Alex. That's the worrying thing.
I just like the way girls look, so...
Well, yes, that's true.
One night I was fapping and I thought, what if I was wearing panties?
Oh. Oh.
I also don't like wearing pants. I almost never wear them.
What? Shouldn't you be wearing them?
What? Why?
What?
Skirts are so much better.
It might not be legal to... What is this conversation now? I'm confused.
No, he's not saying he goes around pantsless, Ikeda. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Why has he made this assumption?
He's an idiot, that's why.
I don't think that's the case. I just wear what I want to wear.
Oh. And you know what? Power to you, mate. Honestly, you can wear what you want. That's fair.
Yeah, what is this conversation?
But why haven't you shown us this? I want to see you in a skirt now.
Fuck, I'm trying not to get distracted and it's so warm today.
let's see.
It's too hot for this.
I'm too hot. Oh, I'm fatting myself. Oh, I
You're
don't.
like, it's hot today. And it's not just the weather.
I don't mind, but as long as you don't go outside without any.
Huh? I actually never wear them, even when I'm outside.
What are we talking about? He said he doesn't like wearing pants, but he said he
wears
never.
a skirt then. He
But
wears
he's-
a skirt.
But he's not
Or a
been wearing a skirt. Has he? What? Is that so? I really don't think he should be doing that. He might even get arrested. Why do you think he's going out without wearing, like, trousers or anything? What's wrong with you, Ikeda?
Ikeda, that mustache is growing onto your brain, man. Come on.
Huh?
I see. Well, I understand your situation. What do you understand?
Do you understand?
I also somewhat understand what difficulties you might be facing. Feel free to ask me if you ever have any problems.
I don't think you understand at all, mate. Problems?
Somehow Ikeda has actually made me more confused about the situation than I was before the start of this conversation.
I think I understand this situation, and yeah, I feel like Ikeda has absolutely no idea what the fuck's going on.
It's like they're on the right track, but then he's randomly gotten confused about the wearing trousers thing.
He's gone off like a derailed train.
Yeah, I get that usually the confusion is on the base premise of he thinks that, say, Alex is actually he thinks Alex is a cross-dresser, and then the irony is that Alex is actually a girl, and so they have this conversation, right, based on this base premise where they think two different things, and then you come to the conclusion that one of the other person finds out what's actually going on. But like, they've already gotten past this. Ikeda straight away was like, he likes to cross-dress, but now he's like having this weird misunderstanding about wearing trousers. Why? This is stupid. Anyway.
Well, I certainly don't like to dress like a man. If I could, I'd wear a skirt all the time. But I certainly don't have any problems.
That's...
See, he's comfortable in it.
Why are we having this conversation? I don't... That's good to hear. Here's a free piece of advice. You'll be in trouble if you get caught by the police. Make sure to leave whenever things get rowdy, alright? What is he thinking?
He's thinking he's going out bottomless. With no trousers on and potentially no underwear on.
Why he's saying make sure to leave whenever things get rowdy? Is he going to an orgy? What the fuck is he talking about? I just don't... Huh? He keeps adding weird... Like, he keeps saying weird stuff to complicate...
Hey, let's get past this, man. I want him to figure out what the fuck's going on.
What are you talking about? Why would I be in trouble with the police? I've been thinking about this for a while now, but I don't think we're on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you misunderstanding something?
Life. I don't think so.
Fuck you, Ikeda, don't think!
You said that you never wear panties, even when you're outside, didn't you? So, you have to avoid the police.
What?
What?
What? I didn't say that at all. Who told you that ridiculous lie? You pervert!
What? You told me that you don't like wearing pants and that you even go outside without wearing any.
Since when were you British?
You idiot! I said pants, as in trousers! I don't go outside without wearing panties.
I hate that word.
Knickers.
Did you imagine that? You pervert!
Ah, in countries like Japan and England, people refer to underwear as pants. So I must have misunderstood what you meant. Is that true that's in Japan as well?
Yeah, pantsu.
Pantsu, yeah. I'm relieved to hear that you do wear underwear while cross-dressing.
Cross-dressing? What are you talking about? I'm a girl!
Fucking
Okay.
called it!
Told you the hips never lie. I thought so.
Well, you were
but-
like...
Yeah, that's why I
going-
said first, it's a girl. The hips don't lie. Then I thought, okay, it's cross-dressing.
Yeah, this whole conversation, like I told you, Senikida
Yeah.
confuses the fucking thing so much. And-
He's got us all in fucking loops now. Yeah.
What?
What?
Also, nice.
Like I said, the hips don't lie.
Look, I don't mind if Alex was cross-dressing or if Alex is a girl, but I'm not unhappy that it turns out Alex is a girl.
It just means +1 to the harem.
Yes. You were wearing women's underwear, so I thought you...
I wear women's underwear because I'm a girl. I have such perfectly shaped boobs as well. How could you miss that, you idiot?
Who would say that? Nobody would ever say that.
What boobs?
Don't be harsh. Perfect boobs.
Duh.
This is really badly placed, this scene. I'm just gonna say that. So you're breaking up, did you say it?
No, I just started laughing because I read this and I'm like, wait, where's this scene going?
Well, alright. I won't call them perfect, but take a close look. I do have breasts, don't I?
I don't.
I'm a girl, you know?
No.
Huh? Honestly, I'm not sure I can tell.
Slap.
You.
Yes. Those certainly are breasts. So you were a girl this whole time? Well, to be honest, I still don't know if she really has breasts or not. They're not exactly eye-popping.
There's only one way to find out, mate. You gotta do a President and Raiden thing.
Oh. Oh, fuck. It's just... Anyway. And I must not say that those words out loud because I'd be dead if I did.
I wanted to tell you I was a girl from the beginning, but... How could you misunderstand that, Ikeda?
Because I'm an idiot?
You're the worst detective I've ever met. And don't harass me now that you know I'm a girl.
I know, right? He
Alex
is the best
knows.
detective I've ever met.
Don't say stupid things. Anyway, I'm sorry for not realizing you were a female. My apologies.
I will accept your apologies, but really, don't come near me. Not closer than 2 meters. I'll scream if you do.
Alright, whatever.
I'm having to adjust his voice to put a slightly more feminine twinge on it. It's actually a bit hard because it comes way too similar to Akira's voice.
No, Akira's got the kind of spoiled brat voice. This is a bit different.
Yeah.
I was saying, was it not similar to Aurora?
I didn't do Aurora, did I?
Yeah,
No, you did Aurora. What?
I didn't do Aurora.
I don't even remember anymore.
Did I do
It's been
Aurora?
ages.
I did.
I don't remember at all, to be honest.
In the comments, please, guys. Who did
Nah.
Aurora's voice?
I'll go back and check it at some point.
Oh, now that you mention it, I heard a scream a little while ago.
Oh, yes. I completely forgot about that.
Okay, the important part.
That was me screaming. A creature appeared outside my window when I was taking a shower.
Yeah, that is horrifying.
Oh, a creature. The demon of Shironagasu Island?
How the fuck could he go through all this bullshit when there was a monster that appeared?
Yeah, I feel like this is the first thing that you would say.
Like, I wouldn't give a shit if I was butt naked and be like, monster!
Yeah, I'd be out of that fucking room lickety split. I'd be running out naked, man, to like the nearest room that has people in it.
Absolutely, right? It doesn't matter. Like I said, if Twig and Cherry's just swinging away as I'm running.
Yeah, nobody's gonna care. But my life is more important than my dignity.
Fuck dignity, man. You stay alive.
I have no dignity anyway. Fuck it.
That might have been it. It looked like the one in that painting.
Yeah, that's
Fucking hell.
Sorry, just taking a swing.
It didn't look like a natural creature.
To be honest, I still don't know what that thing is yet.
It's clearly a person who's been experimented on or something.
What I can say for now is that it's likely to be one of the humanoid biological weapons that have been researched at this mansion.
Humanoid biological weapons? Do they exist?
You have to see it to believe it. But you saw it with
I
your
think he has.
eyes, didn't you?
He's seen it. He believes it.
I did see it, but Well, I almost couldn't believe my eyes. I wasn't sure that it was real.
Wait,
What did you see then? Because it certainly wasn't a tree branch.
imagine the whole demon of Shironagasu Island was a lie. Like, the rest of the stuff that's going on is real, but the actual demon is just someone dressed up in the outfit or something.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you pesky detectives.
And your damn dog. Well, it would be safer for all of us to stay together from now on. Looks like being by yourself is dangerous after all.
Yes, you're right.
So did Alex not want people to know that she's a girl?
No, as in when she said that she wanted to tell Ikeda this whole time, she meant in this room.
No, but I'm saying, do you know how like Alex decided to like go to her own room to shower? Like, she could have just showered in the room downstairs.
Wait, you mean Ikeda's room?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose, assuming that she's a boy, there was always the chance that someone could just walk in.
True. Plus,
It's a lot less inappropriate to go into a guy having a shower, assuming that, you know, the shower door is closed, than it is to go into a girl having a shower.
well, I've not had anyone walk in on me having a shower. I mean, that's a good thing, I suppose. No, the other thing I think we've noticed is Alex didn't seem that worried about the demon of Shironagasu Island. Because, like, she was like, I still kind of don't believe it. Like, I don't think she realized how scary it was. So she wasn't bothered about it.
Until it fucking slapped the window and she screamed so loud that we could hear her.
Interestingly enough, it didn't come in through the window. I would have thought it would have been able to break the window or come in somehow. So it just scared her and then like carried on doing whatever it was doing, climbing up the...
I think it was just scaling the building.
But let's wait. The important thing to note is that the demon of Shironagasu Island is somewhere in around this building now where they're staying.
Yeah, it's scaling the walls.
Yes.
Is what I think is happening.
So it got the assumption.
As we're having this comedic sexual tension scene, it's scaling the building, going. "Ah!"
Oh wait, does it make noises? It makes weird noises.
It's like a sort of noise. And wait,
It's
that's
a whistling, isn't it? A whee?
I don't know. It sounded like a scream to me. I think it just sounds like Tidus from FF10.
But the important thing to note is that there was Neneko's like, oh no, or Akira's like, oh, it can't get through the, it can't get to us anyway, and we've now just proven that it can. So I think an important thing to know.
Oh, Neneko was screaming about something as well.
Yeah, I might have played. Oh shit.
Might have gone through the windows. Might have just crawled over the windows at the same time, right?
I hope it. Neneko might be in trouble. Have you read this bit?
What do you mean, have I read this bit? I wouldn't spoil anything.
No. Have you read this? This last line.
Yes, you're right. Having seen that, I don't want to be alone.
By the way, Alex, I'd like to ask you some more questions. Your answers may affect our future.
What?
Huh? Sure, anything I can do to help.
You want to save the game?
Yes, that's... So, you came to this island pretending to be a man. Why did you do that?
I hid the fact that I was going to this island from my family. Because I often went to social gatherings, I was afraid they would become suspicious if I used my real name, and didn't disguise myself.
Aurora?
So you changed your name and appearance. So, what's your real name?
Lily Alexandria Werner.
Fail. I thought it was going to be Aurora.
Lily's a better name.
Lily is a nice name, but I'm just like, shit. So who the I thought we were going to find out that, like, really Alex was Aurora, but...
That's what I thought as well, but...
Or why she was bothered when we mentioned the name Aurora. But we haven't.
That's still coming. I think that's still coming.
I see, Lily. Your middle name is Alexandria, which is where Alex came from, right?
Only my relatives know my middle name. I was afraid I would be found out if I chose an entirely new name, so I went with Alex. My grandmother used to call me that.
Cool. I'll keep your real name a secret. I'll continue to call you Alex, at least until we get off this island.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But you can continue to call me Alex, even if we escape.
Ooh. Alright, Alex. But you played the part of a man really well.
It's weird to be complimented like that,
Yeah, it's like, do you take that as a good thing or a bad thing?
but I'm glad I pretended to be a man. Actually, I had met Akira a couple of times before. That was quite some time ago, and she doesn't seem to remember it right now.
Thank
Ooh,
God.
that's fucking... Yeah, that's bad.
They're the same age, so they must have been, yeah. That was a close call then. If Akira noticed that you're a woman, your cover would be blown.
That's why I don't want to talk too much to her. If she asks too many questions, she might realize who I really am.
Akira did mention something about Alex avoiding her, I feel. She made something. She's like, he doesn't really talk, or something. There was something there.
That's why I didn't stay in your room and came back here. I didn't want to be around her.
It's all Akira's fault. It certainly would be risky. If you were to spend a lot of time in a room together, she might notice something about you.
If she saw me like you did earlier, my life would be over.
Why?
Because the secret would be out. But I didn't expect to be spied on in my own room, though.
No, wait a minute. I didn't mean to spy on you. Don't get angry. It wasn't on purpose.
This man just walked into the bathroom.
But it's true. I can't trust a shady detective like you.
I mean, look, this is the second time he's done this in the same night. It's...
Sen Ikeda, serial peeping Tom.
Hey, why are you being so hostile to me? My reputation might not be so sparkly clean, but that can't make you hate me that much. Is there any particular reason?
There is no particular reason, but I read bad things about you in the newspapers.
He was the one that said that didn't you work with the mafia?
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that Jacob?
No. I think it was Alex. Or was it? No, I think it was Alex. Alex, do you really believe those lies? You've seen what I did, right?
What you did was spying on me!
Looks like I've hit a nerve. Mate, you...
I guess I don't think you're as bad as the newspapers make you out to be, but I'm still keeping my eye on you.
Yeah, I'm positive it was him that said it. Well, I'll just have to gain your trust then. What, there's more?
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Alright. Alex, could you tell me about what you were doing before Thomas was murdered?
Before Thomas was murdered? Let's see. Abby the maid told me that the meal was ready, so I just went to the dining hall.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that? For example, were the iron doors at the bridge open or closed? Can you remember?
The iron doors? I believe they were closed. I remember that the wheels were so heavy that my fingers hurt.
I see. So they were closed. Did you stop anywhere else on your way there?
I didn't. I went straight to the dining hall.
You entered the dining hall after Giselle, didn't you?
I think so.
Right, so this is where Aurora sat in her dream.
Yeah. I recall that Akira and Giselle had arrived before me.
Did you notice anything else? Like something unusual in the corridor or on the bridge? Something like an incendiary device or a device that you didn't recognize?
An incendiary device? No, I don't recall there being anything like that in particular. The corridor and the bridge were exactly the same as before. Oh, but the bridge was still very wet. So wet that I was afraid I might slip.
A lot of people have commented on how wet that bloody bridge has been. And I feel like that's important for some reason. It's not rain.
I honestly feel like I don't remember any of that.
Oh, dude, they kept saying, oh, it's so wet. But this was in like the first or second episode.
Oh, yeah.
It was ages ago. It was like when we were first coming across, before like the first murder. Nothing unusual. In other words, if the killer planted any device there, it was after Alex had gotten to the dining hall.
Was that helpful in any way?
Yes, it was. The more information I get, the further the mystery deepens. No, I'm sure one of the guests is lying. If I proceed with my investigation, I'll definitely uncover the truth. I also want to know more about what happened after Thomas's body was found. Even small details matter.
Sorry, had to yawn. When Thomas's body was found, you are talking about the murder on the bridge, right? I remember that Akira and Giselle left the dining room first, so I thought it would be better if I wait for a little before returning to my room. I didn't want to run into Akira, so I left the hall with Real after Jacob. That was when I found out about the murder. That's all I remember.
Did you sense anything strange, no matter how trivial?
I was quite upset at the time, so I would probably have overlooked anything unusual. Oh, come to think of it, you told me to look after Neneko, so I was with her the entire time.
How was Neneko doing at that time?
Her face was pale, her long black hair was very messy, and she smelled a little bit bad. Fucking hell.
Ooh,
She was like a debilitated animal.
she really needs that. Well, she's had the shower.
I couldn't hear it well, but she was talking something in a delirium.
I see. Alex also doesn't mince words. Do all billionaires behave the same way? Oh, come to think of it, someone told me that the stone bridge was warm at that time. Did you notice anything?
A stone bridge? Oh, come to think of it, it certainly was. I felt it when I was looking after Neneko. But it was only for a moment. Besides, everything was so confusing, so I thought I just imagined it.
It was only warm for a moment. Interesting. So the bridge was warm after all.
But he only felt it for a moment.
Yeah. There has to be a reason for that.
Does that have anything to do with Thomas's murder?
I don't know right now. But I don't think it's just a coincidence. There has to be a reason for it.
If one of the guests is the killer, then who could it be?
Can you tell me exactly what happened when you saw the demon of Shironagasu Island?
That thing! Oh, my knees are still shaking. When I was taking a shower... Hey, no funny thoughts, you hear?
I wasn't having any. You were saying?
While I was taking a shower, I looked out the window. It was so dark that I could hardly see anything outside, except for the moonlight reflecting off the rolling waves. Suddenly, that creature appeared in front of me. It was upside down, too, like a lizard sticking to a window, and those big eyes stared at me. That was when I screamed. I immediately crawled out of the bathroom. After a while, I decided to peek into the bathroom, and the monster was gone. When I finally calmed down, I thought I could have been imagining things, but it was so real.
So the scream might have put it off. Remember I've said I think loud noises scare it away?
Huh. As I was thinking about what to do, a peeping Tom appeared.
A peeping Tom? Who could that have been?
Are you serious?
Ha. What? No sense of humour? I should tone my sense of humour down. She might kill me otherwise.
Pervert. No one has ever seen me in my underwear except you.
Oh, you always remember your first.
It's no big deal. Not the fucking hell. Not the end of the world. Wait, I shouldn't say it out loud. Otherwise there will be a third murder.
Well, anyway, that was when I saw the creature.
That was very helpful. However, that means that monster is still somewhere around in this building.
I'd say that. I can't even imagine.
Nedika also said that she saw the demon of Shironagasu Island out of the window of her room. It hasn't touched any of us though, so what does it want? Does it just run around scaring people? It behaves as if it's looking for something.
Looking for something?
I mean, we got a bad ending with Neneko when we got caught by it, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's possible. Perhaps it has received an order to find a target and then liquidate that person.
You mean that it's trying to kill someone? Then it's dangerous.
Calm down. It's only a guess. But I think there's a purpose behind its behaviour.
We should gather in one place and prepare for the worst, like you said.
Yes, that's what I said.
now you're all right with it.
No,
I'm really scared.
you're right.
You want to talk about that again? I'd rather not.
Oh no, I'm not going to talk about that again. However, the bigger picture is gradually becoming clearer, as I've been able to gather a lot of information already.
When you find out who killed Thomas and Sir Raymond, what are you going to do?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet, but under these circumstances I'll have to ask for their help. I don't know if they will cooperate with us though.
As Jacob said, the killer might not listen to reason. I just hope we don't all get killed.
Yes, hopefully this killing spree is already ended. Anyway, have you decided what you're going to do next?
I'll change into my male clothes and then head to your room. I'm a bit nervous being around Akira, but...
In that case, I'll go back to my room now. I'm also a little bit worried about Neneko. Wait, you're just gonna leave Alex here? What the fuck?
Yeah, she needs to get changed.
I know, but like, shouldn't you just like at least wait outside the bathroom or her room and then accompany her down? I don't know. I mean, there's a monster afoot. Will you be alright by yourself for a short while?
I'm only changing my clothes, so I guess I'll be fine. Yeah, but he also needs to check on Neneko. That's why he needs to go now. I'll head out as soon as I'm ready.
Just let me know if anything goes wrong. Scream like you did earlier and I'll run to you. I should be able to hear your voice.
Me? Oh, fucking geesh. Thanks, but I'll be fine. Oh, come to think of it.
Yes?
Earlier, after we were shown to our rooms, I tried to talk to you, didn't I?
I remember this. Remember when we were running around trying to like get a cure for Akira?
Is that the point he's talking about?
He came up to us and he's like, "Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't that. It was Neneko was upstairs. Neneko, we had looked out the window and we saw that Neneko was like hanging onto the window and about to fall out the window. And we're like, oh shit! And so we ran out of our room and we're running up to the second floor. And then Alex was like, oh, Senikida, I'd like to talk to you. And you're like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, I do remember that. But I was also thinking maybe this is one of those Aurora moments.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I believe you did. What was that about?
Actually, shortly after I was shown to my room, I heard some kind of moaning coming down the hallway. It was so quiet that I thought I was imagining things. So I tried to ask you about it. I think that's just Neneko falling out the window.
Yeah. Right. I couldn't talk to you at that time because of a really stupid emergency.
It wasn't stupid.
Very quiet moans, huh? To tell you the truth, I also heard something like that. A moaning so quiet that I thought I imagined it.
Could this be connected to the murder?
Murder.
Maybe. Wait, wasn't that just Neneko?
I don't know now.
Or
now
could it
now
be
he's gaslighting me.
Could it be Sir Raymond, who was dying at that time in the room?
I feel like he would put two and two together right now if it was.
I'll try to figure out what that was. If you remember anything else, please let me know.
Yes, all right.
By the way, I don't know if I should ask you this, but is dressing like a man difficult?
Well, it certainly takes a lot of time.
Can't take more time than a woman's.
I put shoulder pads in my blazer to make me look like a man as much as possible.
So you end up looking like a JoJo character then.
Yes.
Also, I have to act like one.
The best type of man. I see. It certainly appears to be a hassle. Especially, you have to flatten your chest as much as possible, or people will find out that you're a girl. That must be hard, right? Huh? Alex appears to be upset. Did I say something wrong? No, I didn't think I did.
I didn't have to do anything about my chest.
What? No, you're kidding. If you don't flatten your chest, people will find out that you're a girl. I bet you have some tricks up your sleeve. Am I right?
What an idiot, I swear to God.
What? I didn't do anything at all to my chest, but nobody noticed anything.
You know, I thought he was trying to be nice. I'd be like, oh, you must have had to do stuff to do with your chest.
Yeah, but by doing it this way, he's just fucking lighting a fucking wound up again, you know?
But I don't think he was being nice. I think he was like, being like, oh yeah, you definitely had to do something with your chest, didn't you? Like he genuinely thinks he's done that Alex has done something to hide her chest. He's just like that stupid. Ugh.
And we got this fucking rodeo music all over again.
This shady detective really says interesting things.
Ah, speaking the third tense. Good stuff. You don't say. Is Alex that flat-chested? To be honest, I didn't think her breasts were that large in the first place. So she could pretend to be a man without having to do anything about her chest. Oops. Oh boy, this is bad.
Out, scumbag detective! Get out!
Ouch. I'm forced out with a strong push. Guess I had that coming.
Oh, fuck you, mate. You definitely did.
They say that being a woman is not easy. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway.
God damn it, Ikeda. I swear. The way he fucking ponders on literally everything.
I found out what the scream was and heard Alex's testimony. I should hurry up and return to my room, otherwise Neneko is gonna die of shock.
God, I can only imagine Ikeda has like the thinking emoji for his face constantly.
Wait, did he just jump down a floor straight away?
Yeah.
It didn't do the... Oh no, it was on our floor. It was on our floor from the beginning, wasn't it? He went up a floor. There was nothing wrong with the upper floor, and then he came back down to... Anyway. It's me. Yeah. I've solved the mystery of the scream. Are you alright? I'm coming in. Ooh.
Jump scare.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh. Where's Neneko?
Taking another shower.
Are you hiding? I'm here. What? Why are you in such a cramped space? Ikeda, you sure took your sweet time. You've got to be kidding me. I was just beginning to think about good ways to kill you. I know I took my time. Don't be so angry. I had no choice. Taking you with me would have been much more dangerous. But what if I was killed in this room? Well, I'll complain about that later. So what was that scream? That scream? That was just my imagination. What? That's not true. I heard it too. You said so yourself. Let's just pretend that that's all it was for now.
Smooth.
The scream itself has nothing to do with our current situation. And it wasn't a big deal either, so just forget about it for now. I won't be able to understand why unless you'd let me know what happened. I guess I've promised that. I'll tell you about it when we get off the island safely, alright? I don't like this one bit. Well, as long as it wasn't anything important, but still. Did anything strange happen in here? For instance, something strange appearing outside? I didn't see anything like that. I've been here for a long time and I've only been looking at the ground. I wouldn't know if there was anything strange. Anyway, don't talk about such scary things. I guess it's okay to rest a bit for now, but I better be on my guard. Alex saw the creature after all.
You should at least tell her that much.
Yeah, I feel like saying that it's not that important, but we know that the creature is probably out and about. But he's just like totally ignored that as well, which is bad. Alex saw the creature after all. I wonder if Akira and the others are alright. If someone was screaming on the second floor, I wouldn't be able to hear him from here. Eek! The phone. Probably Akira.
Oh, I bet it's the return of a certain dude.
Akira speaking.
Judging from the steadiness of your voice, you have managed to calm down after your earlier misadventures.
A heavily distorted voice. This can only be one person.
I knew it!
Is that you, wizards? I was waiting for you to call again.
I would like to suggest an exchange of information. I want to know about everything that happened underground, not just the vague details he gave the others.
Not just the vague...
How does he know?
Yeah, so this person is potentially...
Jacob.
You think it's Jacob? It could be anyone in the group, besides Neneko.
Or it could be Giselle.
It could be. Or Rel. I don't think it's Akira. I feel it's like Giselle, Rel, or Jacob.
Akira is too straightforward for this.
Yeah.
Tell me and I'll give you some useful information in return.
Darn. What useful information? Wizards won't reveal their identity, but I have an idea who they might be. I'll just have to flush them out myself. Wait, you have an idea? I pressed the mute button on the phone. Ah! Eek! Why did you shout out of the blue? You idiot! Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Be quiet. Don't make a sound. Once Neneko has finished her little tantrum, I unmute the phone. Wizards may not have noticed that audio was muted, but they probably won't know what I just did.
Oh my god, it's Bolt!
I'm sure I couldn't hear my voice from the phone.
Is this like blue text or red text in an echo or something?
Hey, let's not bring in far better game.
Mate, it's fucking it's bolded like a Legend of Zelda text, man. Come on.
So it's important what he was trying to do there, and I suspected this is what he was trying to do, is to see if he could hear his voice on the phone, which would tell him if he was in a room close by.
Yeah.
On this floor, sorry, at least. Hey wizards, let's stop playing games. I can't trust you if you continue to hide your identity like this. The way things are going, we're all going to become fish food.
As I said before, our relationship is only mutually beneficial when our interests coincide. I will not become more involved than I have to.
This is definitely not Alex, right? It's definitely not Akira, because Akira wouldn't talk like this. I don't think.
It could just be Ikeda talking to himself on the phone.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That'll become more. I think Rael is the Giselle. We don't know. We don't fully know her past, so it could be her. But for some reason, I think Rael is more likely. I think Jacob's too obvious.
All right, let's keep with Rail then.
You're quite obstinate. Maybe I should just reveal your identity. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yes, because I, Sen Ikeda, am the perfect detective. I have already detectived this and figured out your identity.
Are you threatening me? Are you saying that you refuse to cooperate with me? Stupefy!
I didn't say I wouldn't cooperate with you. I'm just saying that I don't want to have a one-sided relationship. Trust is built on an equal footing. I don't think our current relationship is very healthy.
Here is what I believe, and it concerns you as well. If my identity is revealed, something bad will definitely happen to you.
Ooh.
And of course to that sweet girl as well.
Well, well, it appears that we're at an impasse. My answer won't change, wizards. I'll reveal your identity. Fuck,
I'm at the edge of my seat, man.
I will be the one making our next phone call.
This is my final warning! Do not attempt to reveal my identity!
So selfish. Looks like I'll need to take care of this issue first. Neneko, I want to find out who Wizards is. What, he doesn't know? He was just talking pish? What the fuck?
He's bluffing.
Time to use your abilities.
And the best part is he's not even fucking doing it himself. He's just going
What?
to use Neneko and then take credit for it.
What a fucking asshole. I don't know. Should we do that? They must have their reasons for not revealing their identity. An undercover investigator, a killer, a mysterious monster. What the people from the mansion are trying to do. Everything is unclear. I have to at least uncover something. I have to solve those mysteries one by one. For starters, I want to know who Wizards is. I'm sure they've left some clues. We just have to use those to discover their identity. Clues? Were there any? First, take a look at this. Is this a list of suspects? It's literally everyone. What the fuck? Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, who's Vincent?
Even Neneko.
Oh, Vincent the... Aurora's
who's
there as
Abigail?
well. Why has he put Aurora there?
Because she exists in his mind. Who's Abigail?
Maid.
Right.
Abigail and Vincent. It's an interesting order that he's written these in. It's just a list of suspects. But why are there so many names on it? Because I don't know anything. But why am I also on there? Oh, Neneko's on there as well. I didn't think about that.
I said that she's there.
Did you?
I said that she's there,
Oh.
yeah.
So I was like so engrossed in my own bullshit that I didn't notice you saying that. Beginning by narrowing down the suspects from scratch is an ironclad rule. In fact, I've had several cases where someone least expected was the culprit. In that case, I don't mind being on the list, but you also included yourself, Thomas, who's dead by the way, and even Aurora, who doesn't even exist. Any possibilities is worth considering, no matter how absurd it may be. He's included himself.
Right,
So
like
you're right.
He could just be fucking talking to himself on the phone.
Yeah,
He might even be doing what I was doing, just like using his hand to cover his mouth as he talks to himself.
I can't tell you. It's like, tell me. I can't tell you. Tell me. Having an argument with himself.
I really hope he does the fuck. I really hope he does like the Adam West thing where he just swaps the side that the phone's on when he's talking.
Oh my god. I love that clip. Alright, so who do you think Wizards is? I've narrowed it down to quite a few people, but I still don't have anything conclusive. They have covered their tracks well. Considering the points in time when Wizards contacted you, several people can be excluded.
Neneko?
And also, why did you suddenly scream so loudly? I wanted to see if I could hear my voice on the other side of the line. So did you hear anything? Strangely, I could not hear my voice on the other side.
There's some distance away.
I see. This will narrow down the list of suspects. However, it isn't decisive. Also, what does Wizards mean in the first place?
Abracadabra.
Perhaps it doesn't mean anything in particular. It could just be a code name. No. I heard them pause briefly when I asked them to give me a call sign. I think they probably came up with that in the spur of the moment. In other words, the name Wizards is not their regular code name. Then, how did they come up with that name? Wizard, as in sorcerer, but isn't it kind of weird that the name is plural? Wizards, not wizard. Neneko, does Wizards ring a bell? I don't think it's definitely not anyone's name spelt differently.
No, definitely not that.
Top level hackers are referred to as wizards. There's also an NBA team called the Washington Wizards.
Really?
Also, it's not exactly the same word, but there's the Wither Hill mountain range in New Zealand. There's also a brand of white wine called Wither Hills. A wine brand. Is it a well-known brand? No, wait, could it be Jacob then? It's not very popular. It's not expensive either. It's just a regular wine brand. Wither Hills. They must have thought of something and then came up with wizards. Perhaps they unconsciously used words of things or places close to them. Wither Hills? I don't think we've been in other people's rooms, so we couldn't be able to tell if they had like a...
We've only been in Alex's room. I don't think we've been in anyone else's, to be honest.
And we never had a chance to look around Alex's room, so...
No.
Is that an important clue for uncovering their identity? So, what is the name based on? Sorcerers, hackers, wine, the NBA? No, wait. Maybe. Do you think you know who Wizards is? If my power of deduction is correct, then... who of these people is Wizards? Tell me. Oh my god. Fuck off, game!
Did you save?
I saved at some point, but not just before this. At least you can backtrack. Right. So, Wizards, who... Did Rel study it somewhere? What else do we know? We don't really know much about... We've mentioned a wine. It's not going to be Vincent and Abigail, because that's... Well, it could be, actually. Right, it's not Aurora. She doesn't exist. It's not Ikeda. It's not Neneko. I don't think it's Akira.
No.
Thomas is dead. So it's either Vincent, Abigail... Like, if we're including the staff. Vincent, Abigail, Jacob, Akira... Sorry, no. Vincent, Abigail, Jacob, Giselle, Rel, and Alex. I don't think it's Alex.
No.
So either Rel, Giselle, Jacob, and then the two staff.
Somehow I don't think it's the staff.
Yeah, I don't think it's staff. So either Jacob, Giselle, or Rel. Giselle, I can't remember where she learned to be a maid. That might be relevant. I don't remember their backstories enough to be able to, like, make the fucking connection to wizards. I'll just go with my gut and say Rel. I point at Rel's name. Rel? Well, it could be possible that Rel is an undercover investigator. Rel may very well be wizards. Given the circumstances and the content of the conversation, it's unlikely that you, me, the people from the mansion, Thomas or Aurora are wizards. Well, that's true. I'd lose respect for you if you chose those people. Oh, well, okay, so I was right to discount them. No, I would think you have brain damage. Now, considering the loud scream I just made, that leads me to exclude one more person. Alex. Alex is in the same floor as us. Ah, yes. What was that all about? A loud voice that comes from a room on the first floor can't be heard by the people on the second floor. On the other hand, everyone on the first floor can hear it. But I could not hear my scream on the other end of the telephone. Which means
Hence Alex.
Alex, who's also on the first floor, can't be wizards. Yes, so the only ones who remain are Akira, Giselle, Rel, and Jacob. Of course, it can't be Akira either. Oh? The first time wizards called me, she was in the bathroom with you, so she couldn't have called me. Shit, I forgot about that.
Back to this.
You mean when that hentai pervert was peeking at us? She was in the bathroom with me, so Akira can't be wizards. I didn't do that on purpose. You're not going to let me forget that anytime soon, are you? Anyway, it can't be Akira. Also, Akira said that she would go back to her room with Giselle. If Giselle and Akira were in the same room, it would have been difficult for Giselle to call me. Yeah, those two are always together, so it would be difficult for Giselle to call you for a long period of time. Wait, so it's not Giselle, right? We're discounting her, so we're down to Rel and Jacob.
Yeah.
In that case, there are two suspects left. Jacob and Rel. Jacob and Rel? Could it really be Rel? Because there's no way that that alcoholic is an undercover investigator. Okay, we should let go of any preconceptions. We have to consider the possibility that Jacob is wizards as well.
I mean, it would fit in with the idea if he's an alcoholic with my preconception of wizards.
Random drunk dude's like, I've got secrets, tell me yours.
Yeah.
Even so, can we narrow it down any more? It would be better to talk to them directly. I call Rel.
Hello?
It's me, Ikeda. I'd like to talk to you. Do you have a second?
Hi, Ikeda. Did you find out where that scream came from? Of course I have a moment to talk. What is this about?
I would like you to come to my room. Just you alone. Would that be alright?
Is this a booty call?
Sorry.
Yes, but what's going on?
Zip. But also, I wouldn't mind.
Not knowing the details scares me.
I'll tell you when you're here. I'd appreciate it if you could come as soon as possible.
All right. I'll be there in a bit.
Do you think I called it right, or do you think it's Jacob?
I'm personally leaning towards Jacob more because he's a bit dodge. But Rel could be it.
Rel's backstory is even more dodge. Oh, this was supposed to go to my uncle. Like, Rel, what's your surname? I'll be waiting. Accusing Rel of a sudden is risky. But what if you're wrong? In that case, I'll just apologize.
Ah, sorry, my bad.
Don't you feel any sense of guilt?
Nah,
She may become terribly upset.
so what?
Ikeda, it's me. Can I come in?
This is the same guy who's basically burst into the shower of 3 young women and still has no shame. So, do you think he's going to be bothered about this? Yes, please come in. The door is unlocked.
Hello, Ikeda. What did you want to talk about? Also, why did you want to talk to me alone? What's going on?
I wanted to ask you a few things. Rel, you're wizards, aren't you?
Wizards? What is this music, man? What are you talking about?
Fucking Phoenix Wright style. It's trying to be Phoenix Wright, but failing.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
It's question time! Okay, well, I tell Rel what I've deduced. The people who I excluded, and the people who are unlikely to be wizards. However, I try to avoid talking about what happened with Alex as much as possible. With this information, we've narrowed down a list of people who could be wizards to 2. Jacob and you. So, who of you two could wizards be? I took a close look at the name wizards. It's strange that this is the plural form of the word wizard. Perhaps this name contains important information about wizard's identity. So what could that be? But was there something that narrowed it down further? What about the Wither Hills white wine brand? I continue Naniko's muttering line of thought. Yes, that's a possibility. It's possible that Jacob based that name on a wine brand. But Jacob is a picky guy and prefers high-end wine. Yeah, that was something I thought as well. He would have used the name of a more exclusive winery, not a supermarket wine. So, let's look at the second possibility. The NBA team, the Washington Wizards. It's a basketball team from Washington, and I remember one of the guests talking about Washington before. Ah, that's right. Rel said that she's a physician from Washington. Fuck! Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
God, I was supposed to remember that. Fuck off, game. Exactly. Undercover investigators usually use the place they are from in their backstories to ensure there aren't any slip-ups during their mission. Because if they say the wrong things about a place they don't know, people who are familiar with the place might blow their cover. So perhaps your place of birth really is Washington. Therefore, when you tried to come up with a code name, you thought Washington, and that name popped into your head. This means that you've revealed your identity by telling me what city you're from.
Wait just a minute. Can I say something?
Is it not going to be her? Have we just bullshitted this whole explanation?
I really
deduction?
hope that is the case, but let's see. Even if you really believe that I'm wizards based on that information, isn't that rather flimsy proof? You also can't discount the possibility that Jacob wanted to make me look suspicious.
No. It took Wizards only a second to come up with that name. Jacob couldn't come up with that in such a short time.
Oh, fuck off, man. That's bullshit.
No, man. He's not gonna... I don't know. Even if he could have done so, why would he use the name of an NBA team? Most people wouldn't associate Washington with basketball. Also, I have conclusive evidence that proves that you are wizards. Oh? Show me, Ikeda.
Conclusive evidence?
Didn't you notice that I muted the phone for a moment when you called earlier? When I muted it, I asked Naniko to call the guests' phones from Alex's room. What? When I muted it, I asked Naniko to call the guests' phones from Alex's room?
No, he didn't.
Is this a bluff? The only phone that was in use was the one in your room. Isn't that funny? Only Wizards and I were using our phones. If your phone was in use, who were you talking to? No room phones were being used except for yours and mine.
Phone in my room. You must be mistaken.
Stop playing innocent. The gig is up. You may as well drop the act, Wizards.
Huh?
She is not like either she's a really good actor or we've just gone on down the wrong fucking thing, man.
I really hope we've gone down the wrong rabbit hole. So that's why you muted your phone?
Oh!
Here we go.
Yeah! Oh, also, I'm quite sad because Rel is best girl.
I've been played like a fool.
Yeah, but I remember clearly asking you not to reveal my identity.
So you are Wizards after all. Actually, I wasn't sure that was you until just now. Sorry. It looks like you admitted it a little bit too soon.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Calm down and think about it. Do you really think I could have asked Neneko to go to Alex's room by herself to call all the phones? There's no way she could have done that. But why do I feel totally useless right now? But now that you mention it, I don't think I could have done that.
Ah! You were bluffing, and I believed you.
And this is where Ikeda does a little dance and goes, fuck you. No do-overs, I'm afraid. I'm sorry I had to fool you. But I'm glad that you've revealed your true identity. However, wizards, we have to be on equal ground.
You've got to be kidding me. Fine, you've bested me. I need a stiff drink first, though.
I feel the same way.
I got my hands on an excellent bottle of whiskey earlier. Let's have a glass of that. Diante, wizards.
You're bloody annoying, Ikeda.
Oh, I don't like this rail.
I like this rail. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Ooh, I like this.
This is... Hello. Why are you holding the glass like that?
And I think
That's the best place to leave
this
it.
is the best place to leave it. We've been going on for almost 2 hours, which is awesome.
Holy shit.
I know. Fuck. This has been great fun. I enjoyed this episode. Alex was a girl, and Rail was wizards. Wizards. Like I knew she felt suspicious from the start. Her story was the flimsiest.
So what would have happened if we got said it was Jacob?
I'm curious now.
And what if Jacob would have been like, yeah, it was?
Is that how this game goes? It's like whoever you suspect.
It's who it turns out to be.
But the whiskey thing was right when Neneko said, "Oh, it's like a store brand whiskey." I was like, "That's not gonna be Jacob. Jacob likes drinking expensive stuff. He bitches about even the whiskey at here being shit."
Well, he can bitch about the cheap shit and still drink it. Like I'm drinking cheap lemonade right now, thinking, "Damn, I wish I had better lemonade."
But you don't go around going, "This is shit." You just, you enjoy it. I mean, technically, yes. He could have had a cheap brand of wine sitting there, and you could have just been drinking it and all that stuff. But this is like a visual novel. It's not like that. But I mean, oh, you right click to hide that. I like this, GG. So yes, we are now. Well, we're at the point now where we're going to cross-question Rel about who she really is and what she's doing on the island. But I believe this means that she's not the killer. I think. And the more I think about it, Giselle might be the killer. But
well,
it's just,
I don't know. I'm starting to get a bit tired about that now.
it's just a random piece of speculation at this point. But anyway, we have just put that back. I think we'll leave it there. This has been Shironagasu. We are enjoying this greatly. I am Ash Mannix.
I'm Cooksell.
And we will see you next time. Bye bye.
My identity.